I live in Las Cruces, New Mexico, just north of El Paso, Texas. And on the news yesterday, they declared this the summer of Jimothy. Jimothy is a raccoon mixed with something else. It's some kind of a crossbred animal. Right? And then all the other things I'm seeing a lot of, they keep pulling past my thing, is about this Nolan Wells young man that died from intoxication in riptides near a sandbar island near Mississippi. He got drunk and the water towed him under and it drowned him, and the kids found him because it took him under and he floated back up. They called it in, and people are making lots of money off of what happened because they're all just, you get a bunch of kids doing stupid shit because you guys do stupid shit because you'd rather make money off of people being off entertainment, off people's dysfunction, than live a functional life that's basically what you consider obscure or practically anonymous. Right? I'd rather live in anonymous obscurity, loving, faithful people than be infamous and call myself famous and feel more important and influential and powerful than other people that are unwilling to put in the hard work required of us to be who we were born to be, right? Like what happened in my life. And you get all these people, I could have wrote my ticket in so many, it's, they always, he's lazy and he's an underachiever and all this stuff. It's like, no, I'm a very, very talented person. I just choose to, I'd rather be a faithful, loving person than a talented, successful person. Success through competition and conflict is insane and genocidal. That's why I dropped out of Arizona State University my senior year. That's why I didn't take scholarship offers to Christian colleges that were trying to manipulate my access to basketball scholarships. Everywhere I went, I was probably one of the best. Well, I was the best kid in the whole town. Unbeknownst to me, because I didn't have, I wasn't the science community and the religious community monitoring my house and comparing it to other people's houses and comparing what I did and what other people do. Carl Cunningham was treated like shit because of the color of his skin, and his dad was a convict at Mesilla Park Elementary, and the only two friends he really had was, Michael Merlo, whose mom provided a job for Mrs. Cunningham, and who didn't have many friends because they made fun of him because he had a hole in his heart and he smelled bad and people made fun of him. And then there was me, who was one more of the popular crowd, but Carl needed backup. He needed someone to help him because of the Valles family and other people that wanted to prove that they were Roberto de Glan to the Negro, and it was stupidest fucking shit you ever saw in your life. I hated it. We were teaching Anthony, who reminds me of B's little boy, to fight against the Valleses, and I'm sitting there and his eyes are just gone. He was a cute little kid, but his eyes just went cold and blank. And he had a scar above here that was bleeding when they were fighting. And Carl was being his Angelo Dungy manager. And I was like, Carl, let's just stop this. He goes, no, we're not going to be here next year. He's going to be here all by himself. And he doesn't have any friends like you, Earl. So he's going to have to fend for himself. I was like, God damn it, Mick. Rocky, it's a creed. It sucks. It was soul crushing. It was devastating to see the little Anthony's face with having to go in there and fight against these little Mexicans that wanted to beat the black guy to be the next Roberto Duran. They're so fucking stupid. It just makes you just want to walk up to him and go, you getting violent. I can knock the shit out of anybody and everybody in this town. And I look like Uncle Fester's cousin and have been chemically poisoned through legal contracts from their Supreme Court that are considered in the interest of national security of corporate corruption. Okay. And then you see these guys that work out and have all the best products and speak 5 different languages and know Kama McGraw and Jillian Jiu-Jitsu and Aikido, and I don't even have to train. And I could walk up and say, please stop doing that. That gets children killed. It gets children to get NIL money and go down and die off a sandbar in Mississippi because of rip currents, right? They call it the washing machine. Oh, and they're the protagonist. They're protagonists. They have a job to go out and pick up drunks and make sure if they're not, first is try to get the drunk before they drown. If you can't get them before they drown, you recover the body. That's their job. They fly around in boats and airplanes and pick up people that are drunk and doing stupid shit in Mississippi. They get paid money to do that, taxpayer money. Okay? They give them a boat and airplanes. People go out to stimulate the local economy. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, and then you get the parents on TV all the time with a lawyer sitting there going, hey, we're going to win a criminal case, and then we're going to receive a civil case, and you'll get millions of dollars. Yeah, but we would have we might have been able to make more off of our son. Did you get a Lloyd's of London insurance policy on him? That's how these people are. Jesus had to tell me about it. Rockefeller left the room. He said, go ahead. And Jesus did. And I sit there and go, well, this is going on. No, they're not getting justice. No, they're not sad. Yeah, her kid got killed. Okay, yeah, she just won the criminal case. Now she's going to make millions of dollars off the civil case. That's justice to her. And not living the Lord's Prayer so this doesn't happen again? Right. Now they got money to go to Las Vegas? Yeah. And get that little black cocktail dress and then go to get an Airbnb in Cabo San Lucas, right? And they got lots of money and she's still hot and she can have sex with spring breakers. Cuckoo, Cachoo, Mrs. Robinson, she's 35, he's 18. She makes howl like a coyote all the time, but they make sure they use birth control so kids don't get in the way of the partying like Sarah Palin's daughter talked about, right? These are the most functional people in the history of the world. Guys, Solomon, take the baby and cut it in half. The woman comes home, the nursemaid, she gets drunk, she kills her baby by trying to breastfeed it and passes out on top of it. Okay. This is King Solomon's time. King Solomon, the wisest man, but he can't get his own family to stop doing what they do. From going to the club. That's my cut. That's my cut. Now you're crunk and hype. Right? Young and sweet only, so she's come to look for a king. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen. Young and sweet only, the queen of the club. Is that Lisa Ray? Is that Ice Cube? Is he making another movie? How much money does it take to fuck in the right places in the New World Order? The world may never know. But did you get invited to a legal contract for sex at Madison Square Garden this year? No, I did not. Well, I'm okay with that. I don't like that party hot. Go, dog, go. Stop, dog, stop. It's a big dog. I like that party hat. It's a big dog party. Did you invite the ghost of Sun Yat-sen? Well, then, how can we preside over a wedding if you're having contracts for sex? I was watching a thing on the Loving family in Virginia that they made a movie about. And you guys would sit around and make real sad documentaries and lots of movies. And you had this idiot talking, he sits there, well, God put all these different people on. Okay. And then when you get up and you can move around about the cabin area, okay, if God hadn't meant for human beings, okay. What did Lord Jesus say? Love one another, right? Don't believe in your invention. Don't believe in your tribalism. Don't believe in your laws you wrote on paper. Have faith in God and love one another. Have faith in God and love one another. Have faith in God and love one another, okay? Now, if you live in a village where there are a bunch of assholes that don't have faith in God, and are not capable of loving one another. And you have these things called fast phenomena. Walking to New Orleans. I'm walking, yes indeed, and I'm talking. And then you go along and there's this young man named Richard Loving. And he sees this one girl and he says, you look so good to me. Woo-wee. I wish I was the lucky guy. Walk on home right by your side. And it looks like there's already been white folk in that lady before she was that lady. Who's that lady? The sheriff. It's probably the sheriff's granddaughter. Okay. More than likely. Because that's how we got a lot of black girls that had white-looking kids back in the day. That girl out after dark, I'm going to go all, happens all the time. It's one of the perks of the jobs of being one of the sheriff's deputies and police of one of the 24 states back in those days that didn't allow cross-homogenating racial marriages there. Everybody knows that in Mississippi, Mississippi goddamn, Alabama, Mississippi goddamn. Hey, you are what you do. You earn what you keep. And if you want to clean up your mess, you're going to have to step up and start living the Lord's Prayer now and not declare this the summer of Jimothy. You coons, crazy ass coons. What's that coon cross with? Because it looks like a cross between a coon and a kangaroo or something like that, The thing looks scary. You'd be looking at it like, damn, that's creepy. It cross-mogenated. It happens. It's a tiger. It's a liger. It's a mystical creature. No, it's just a cross between a tiger and a lion. Well, they have these things called zoos, and they also have these things called circuses. And they have these people called scientists. Yeah, they're doing stuff like that. Well, dogs, Allah decides, let's go eat. So you get the best horses. Best dogs, a German, Australian Shepherd mix. His name was Zeke. Good dog. Yeah. He lived twice as long as most German Shepherds and Australian Shepherds because he didn't have as bad a cataracts as Australian Shepherds because they were inbred for a purpose, for an economic purpose, and German Shepherds who are also bred for an economic and status quo purpose. The German Shepherds have a tendency to get arthritis real bad in their back legs, and it shuts them down way earlier than Zeke got shut down. Okay. And the Australian Shepherds have a tendency to develop cataracts because of the breeding for the eyes to herd. And they go blind, and that causes them horrible problems and helps them be more sedentary and die earlier. So German Shepherds and Australian Shepherds, because of the incessant breeding for what they were bred to do, because they're a cog in an engine. You get the one dog, you have it, it does its thing, then it raises the next one, you raise the next one, and it raises it, and it does it, and you have the best shepherding dogs to keep your sheep and keep, for the dingoes and stuff. It was bred to protect the sheep from the dingoes and be smart, good eyes, but they have a short lifespan because of the excessive breeding, excessive compulsive behaviors. Like professional fighters, professional cage fighters, professional football players, cortisone. Steroids, gladiators. Okay, you got to think like a scientist. Think like a breeder. To be fed and wed, to breed, right? And so this guy said, if God had meant for this to happen, God wouldn't have given us the common sense to love one another and the ability to walk away from people that don't have the common sense to do so. Okay, I wants to walk you home. Please let me walk you home. You look so good to me. Woo-wee. I wish I was the lucky guy. Could walk on right by your side. I likes the way you walk. I don't want to live in D.C. I want to live in Virginia. I don't blame her. I'd want to live in Virginia instead of D.C. too. I've been to Virginia and I've been to D.C. I'd rather live in Virginia. I'm with George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Robert E. Lee on that one. I don't live in the District of Columbia. It's a swamp. I want to live in the pretty country. Yeah. Oh gosh, no. New England ain't got nothing on Virginia in the fall. You ever been through Virginia in the fall? It's pretty. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. It's pretty country. Would I want to live there? I'm a Southwesterner. If I'm going to live, God's country to me is the Gila. That's the Earl. I like it high and dry with a little bit of stuff mixed in. I don't like all the mosquitoes and me do not get along for long. I don't like chiggers. I don't like sand fleas. I don't like mold. I don't like having to clean up all the mold on the back of my furniture. There's a lot of things in the South that just I have trouble acclimating to. But when you have long hair, you really have a lot of good hair days. if you have white people hair, because where it doesn't get flat and dry, and it's all, it's very, oh my gosh, this hair is wonderful. The women at Southwest Airlines with the Australian stuff thought my hair was wonderful. They, if I was able to grow my hair as long as I had my hair in Arizona and New Mexico, as if in North Carolina, the women wouldn't be able to take their hands off my hair. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful, it's gorgeous. Had my mom's hair, except more my dad's color. Yeah. Mom's texture and whatever, and yeah, big lion's mane. That's I had that once. Mom permed my hair always just went that way. It turned into hers. It was straight like dad's until Mom permed it for me, so I could be like DJ. Then after that, it just kept natural wave and curl in it. I don't know how it would grow back. We'll find out together. All the people that survived the genocidal operations of the Paris summits. We'll find out together. I'm sure a lot of you will want to pay particular attention on what's happening in Earl's life. Earl turned 95 today. It's July 19th. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you will pay a little bit extra particular attention to my existence, and I understand that. So I'm not, I'm a patient person. People want to know how you're doing, Earl. It's all good. Okay, Earl. Punchy? What? No. Okay. I want it medium rare. I'm not gonna get sick. We ain't got carbon emission poisoning and all that. No, here you're gonna cook that over thing. It just eat my slipper, Punchy. Eat my slipper. But Punchy. Larry, do you understand? Larry, talk to Larry. Tell him we can have medium rare, Larry. Larry. That's my brother-in-law's. We got two Larrys. One's Punchy and one's Lawrence, right? Larry, talk to Larry. Tell him not to overcook them steaks. Mom ate a medium rare. Mom died from cancer, from chemical poisoning, stress, and economic warfare. And we put a stop to that. So beautiful women don't end up dead because of laws written by scientists who consider us all projects. This is the most horrible group of assholes in the history of existence. And this has been really hard, yeah. Well, Tommy, when he came to talk to me about all the stuff with the Rockefellers and this and that people from the fort, that we volunteer for the hard stuff. And I said, no, you motherfuckers volunteer for the hard stuff. I'm the easy way. I'm the light and the way. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Don't involve me and your was basically what I kind of told him. I said, no, we don't volunteer for the hard stuff. We all, people like us always have these bad nightmares and dreams. No, the only thing that caused me bad nightmares and dreams was your business partner sexually predicating on manipulating and abusing my wife and affecting the kids. Otherwise, I sleep like a baby. Okay, sure. Yeah. When something's wrong with my baby, something's wrong with me. Okay? But when Amy's no longer my problem and she's off with her friends that call her from town, I go to sleep. The only thing that wakes me up is if there's coyotes in the yard and the cats are on the roof and Zeke's been doing what dogs do. I know that it's 3 o'clock in the morning, Zeke. Okay? I'm an excellent sleeper. Even when I have stupid TV shows in my dreams provided by the contributions from viewers like you, I still can go, this is the stupidest fucking TV channel. I could turn it off when I was young before Wi-Fi. Yeah, I could take control of my dreams or I could turn it off. If it was me with a girl that looks like Lola Falana or whatever stuff, I know that one I would wake up and go, you damn birds from this Rindercella interrupting a guy's best dreams. I was just about ready to get the panties off and you woke me up. I was going to wake up and I was going to, Dennis Cosby, do my laundry. Yeah. Okay. How many times did you have, oh, that was horrible. Pee-wee from fucking Porky's. You wake up, you're sitting there going, yeah, oh God, she's so fine. And you know what it's like to kiss. You know what it's like, what's in the, you're going to get them panties off. You're going, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And then whoa, and you're feeling it and you're having a dream and you wake up and go, okay, I have to do my laundry. But I'm all right with that. Well, that was a good dream, wasn't it, Cinderella? Rindercella? Whoa. I don't want to be turned into a pumpkin. I can't. He flipped it. Yeah, Archie. He's funny. But yeah, so, gosh, guys. Oh, man. Heathens and hypocrites have no genitalia. They have no sexual desires. They can't tell you what it's like to have a screaming orgasm, to have women's vaginal fluids, soaked all the way down to their knees, and have a cramp in their toe, and have ripped the sheets on with your toenails. And no, it never happens in their life. Well, of course not. And they're complete fucking abusive assholes. Why would anybody want to have enjoyable, wonderful, and mind-blowing sexual experiences with them? No one would. I know. Carol. Shit, seriously. Okay. And they shouldn't be there. That's strictly, lock the door, pull out the phone. Yeah, baby, we can do it. Take the time, do it right. We don't need no quorum of the 12. We don't need legal contracts or a bunch of self-righteous hypocrites. It's, baby girl, what? Just go pull out the phone. Lock the door. Okay. Put on some SOS band. Save our ship. She don't need saving. It's just a song. That's just, SOS. No, she don't need saving. I know she's saying "Oh my God" a lot. It's like the guy with the fountain that had the elephant on it with Miss Pendrake with and she was calling him this, but you know what I'm saying? All right. It's hard, man. When people see sex as a sin, my mom didn't. My dad did. My dad still does. My mom never did. Okay. So with mom, it's like, Mom, Ma, damn you, Piscopo. This is a few seconds with Andy Rudy on Saturday Night Live. I'd like to know why there's so many names for women's breast. Jugs, gazabos, bazongas. And why you can see boobs like this on TV, and it showed these black women dancing in Africa going, those are nice boobies. Why aren't they showing those? And then they show Christy Brinkley with two little black dots over her nipples, and not like this. I'm like, and my mom is in her curlers in her house coat looking over the recliner there by the stairs in Casper, laughing her ass off. I'm like, Ma, I have Val's Donna Summer with the one earphone thing with Love to Love You Baby, and this is really, you need to leave, Mother. You're harshing my buzz, Mom. Mom, 15-year-olds should be able to watch Saturday Night Live, go listen to Donna Summer and do their own laundry, Ma. Go. There's no relief in this society. I tell you, there's no relief in this society. I tell you, I get no respect. I tell you. What am I going to do? What do I do when you are far away? What do I do? Yeah, no, she's married and has children. The Sarah girl, you can't help but have a cuss on her. She has nice lips. She has a wonderful accent. The one that does the reaction videos. She's adorable. She's a total sweetheart. She knows it. That's how she trends. She's like James. When I was watching James's the other day, and his coach for Hawaii is like, their animation, just like with all the rest of their animations for their name, image, and likeness and their faces, the computer image never ever, with the way they do these computer imaging things, look as good as the actual people. It's true. Nothing so. No, James's coach face, it's not as handsome and kind and have that same look. Like, he has kind eyes. I like James Bordeaux. He doesn't know. It doesn't look like him. Maybe if they have more fashion model looks where it's like, okay, that one looks like the fashion model. It does. It's almost like the ghost of James Dean and Marilyn Monroe's I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, and you're sitting there. But with James Bordeaux, no, the coach, that doesn't look like you. He doesn't look like he's as empathetic and kind and nice of a person, James. Their artist representation does not represent you. It does not do you justice, Mr. Bordeaux. James he's a sweetheart of a kid. He's not a bad person. He's a human being trying to survive this hell. And if they come after you and try to want to make you look bad or manipulate you and abuse you and and stuff, they can manipulate any kind of narrative that they want to manipulate you, so they can be in what they perceive as control of you, but they can't even damn sure control themselves, right? Is it me, baby, or just a brilliant disguise, right? So, when things are subject to manipulation, to the lowest of the low, even the highest of the high, has to deal with the lowest of the low conditions. the pedophile manipulation of the this and that and that. And Brian Kennedy's got another client, and he's just, what are you going to do, Brian Kennedy? Probably should stand up for that Lord's Prayer there, Brian Kennedy. You speak 5 or 6 different languages. You're interrogating people for the Justice League. Bum, 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 bum. That's the Super Friends. Oh, yeah. Sorry. But isn't the Super Friends the Justice League? I think they are, yeah. Okay. And then they added in new things for more political correctness. They had Apache whatever, Black Bolton, the Asian guy that was like a tornado. And oh yeah, they always had to add in, well, marketing. You got to make the other kids that parents make and spend money feel like they're a part of the money spending and making too. Oh, like Discovery for prepping. There you go. Okay, so, look, homosexuals can come and engage in our business too. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. But then you don't have any business being in people's bedrooms, making sure they're doing things right. You just explain to them what's healthy, what's not healthy, what's love and not love. So you get 2 guys alone in the bedroom. I want to fuck you to death in the ass, and you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to go stay with him. Why? Well, because he doesn't want to fuck me, and I like Justin Gentile. He's my favorite homosexual male in Doñana County. Are you single? I have a fashion designer nephew you might really like named Corey, and it's that way with Justin instead of sitting there, they're faggots. Are you single, Justin? Because I have a nephew. Who's a real sweetheart. You might find him attractive. He has a wonderful personality. Real good conversation. Yes, likes to garden, and he's a good kid. You tell him, no, I don't sodomize because I don't want to kill my lover. And he's, you know what, Justin, I love you, and I don't ever want to leave the house without you or stay home without you. I love you. I could see that if, Corey, and Steve Mendoza, I was the same way with him. We got to find you a nice boyfriend that doesn't want to fuck you to death because he's an asshole. You're such a sweet kid. Steve was a sweetheart. He's a total sweetheart. You ever met Steve Mendoza? You have and Natalie's friend that died that was Sabrina's frame. What was his name again? I can't remember what his name was, but Natalie and Sabrina both loved him. He was a real sweetheart of a kid. He was. And he died. I think he committed suicide. And because Sabrina told me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was... You were best friends with him in high school? Yeah, that was my Natalie's, one of her best friends in junior high. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. You and Natalie would have been friends if they hadn't have came in and home invaded through military intel corruption. Sons of bitches. I had known Sabrina a lot way before she'd come over and hang out with my Natalie. I like her. She's nice. What was his name again? I can't remember his name. It was like a nickname kind of thing. He was just, but I met him once. I saw him once. Natalie, this is my friend so-and-so. I said, oh, okay. He was real shy. I can't remember his name. He's a sweetheart of a kid, though. He was homosexual, and he died very, very young. Not that anyone cares. Except for Natalie and Sabrina. Yes, because they're sweethearts. They're toughies. Guys all, Germans are bad people. Well, Natalie's cross-motivated German, and so is Sabrina. Sabrina's a Mexican-German, and Natalie is Spanish, German, African, and other things. Yeah, so they're people that, I'm walking, yes, indeed, and I'm talking about you and me, and I'm hoping that you'll come back to me. What you gonna do when the rail runs dry? You gonna break right down and cry, right? And so when people, they're, you get all these people. There's aggressive Chanshu Mance raiders and rapists and Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan and Kublai, and then there's Moses. Okay. Exodus movement of your people. We just want to find a place to live. There's pioneers, Walt Whitman, There's people that get up and say, I feel it in me bones, men, right? And we just go, here comes Chicken George and his wife, and here's where we're going to live, and no one will come along and say they own us and rape us and turn us into property and have the trains come in and take over the the farm fields and turn them into factories. And here comes now they're building the Edmund Fitzgerald, and they're bringing in a load of R&R, 26,000 tons of R, and the Empire State Building and the Sears Tower positively, absolutely has to be built in time to corner the stock market that year. Get to work, Assholes are as assholes do. Nothing they do makes any sense, has no intrinsic value. It's not meaningful. And it's not honoring the gift of our lives through faithfully loving one another. Have faith in God and love one another. Love God? Now, in the book of Job, it doesn't say to do that. It says have humble understanding of the natural laws provided for a God for us to faithfully love one another, to worship God through our holy covenants. That's what Jesus says. That's what Genesis says. The Bible does not say, quote unquote, love God. Go read the book of Job. Okay. Don't question God. Obey the laws to love one another through the gift of the truth of your creation. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Now, don't invent your laws and forgive debt and trespass. Love one, eternal, faithful peace. Genesis, Psalms, Proverbs. Romans, Lord's Prayer. Genesis, Psalms, Proverbs. Eternal perfection. I know. I wasn't born yesterday. I was born July 19th, 1966. Pick up sticks. Okay? Dumbass. Okay. I don't know who's going to be my wife in the very near future. I just know she's going to be nice, and she's going to love me, because that man is the hardest working man to end show business in the history of faithful lovers. Well, Jesus did it. Every time I hate these fucking Jesus. Earl, you got brain damage. Get up. Okay, Jesus, thank you. Okay, why am I doing this thing? To get everybody through. You're feeling other people's pain and dysfunction, and you remain in that pain and dysfunction until anybody that thinks they're somebody stands up for the Lord's Prayer with you. Oh, and if that doesn't happen, if I have to do it all by myself, I'm going to go to the mountains with people that love me. They're going to love me. I'm going to love them. And all of you people that don't care, you can go to Kalamazoo or Jersey Shore and get an orange tan for all I fucking care. Okay. It's not healthy for you. No, it's not. Park the cars. You cannot. You're not going to be able to do NASCAR racing or any stuff like that. No. You're going to have people come up and say, what are you doing? This is carbon emission poisoning, and it causes disease and birth defects and kills people. Yeah, well, we have the freedom. You have the freedom to kill people because of your bad brain activity and your brain chemical addictions. You don't have the freedom to shove cocaine down put cocaine in a baby's bottle. You don't have the freedom to take your 7-year-old and give them to a man for sex that's giving you cocaine. Okay? Jerusalem. Okay. That's not love. There's no peace where there's no love. Okay. Oh, we're going to still have enforcement of understanding natural laws to love one another and obey those natural laws. All right? I'm going to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Okay? You go box for money at the convention centers and at the Pan Am. All right? I'll be the best man you ever tried to ignore, you stupid, worthless, brain chemical addicted bitch. I'll make sure your children are nothing like you and everything like their daddy, their papa. Daddy, I'll always be your Katie Bug. I know. Plim, I love you, Plim. And Chuji is a bear, and Cake is a crumb, and crumb is a cake. And Natalie is the spirit of one of my wives, but this life they chose for her to be my daughter, and I'm very good with that. Any men that want to love her the way that the husband that she loves always loves her, you better man up for the Lord's Prayer or walk away, bitch, because you ain't shit. All right, love you. I don't care. Any asshole can conceive a baby by putting his dick in the vagina because she's getting head fucked by a scientist that's jealous of me. Okay? I'll raise that baby not to be like the scientist that's jealous of me. Because I'm a man. I'm not a bitch. Come on in, Rawhide. We need more money. Okay, how come none of the kids from the basketball team are doing the commercials on those ads for the Mustangs? You have different NIL deals? Oh, okay. So a kid that's dressed up like a purple horse makes all the money? No, the University makes all the money from the advertising and then distributes to, they do negotiations for the, oh, okay. I have no idea why it works. Well, it doesn't work. That's why it's not going to be here for long like the NFL. Okay, we can still have the NFL. You just won't be doing it for money. That's your club team. That's the Bills of Buffalo. That's the Jets of New York. That's the Sharks of San Jose. No, that's a hockey team. Oh, sorry, I got confused. I guess I was having a Make-A-Wish Foundation moment. Oh, post-traumatic stress disorder. There you go. Okay, guys, I love you. All right. Peace out.